Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video it will be a brand new video concept. I will be playing a new fantasy game, Euro 2024 Fantasy, where I will be going through my strategy, and also I have a private league where 50 euros will be given away through the top 10, and also my first draft that I'm very happy with. So let's go through all that. But first of all, if you want to join my league, you can see on the screen right now that the only thing you need to do is to comment your UEFA official fantasy username and also your Sorare username. And if you haven't signed up to Sorare, it's completely fine. Just use my link in the description where you will have the opportunity to get 50 euros after buying 5 cards. And the reasoning for you needed to do this is so I could give you the cards that is worth that amount. Quickly explained, Sorare is one of the best fantasy games ever to exist. So you should either way just sign up and try it out. And if you come inside top 10, you will get a card worth that amount. So remember to do that. And not just that, I'm also hosting a Sorare Euro tournament with a prize pool of 500 euros, 100% free to play. Sorare is a free to play fantasy game with very good opportunities to win VIP tickets, jerseys, cards worth real money, and also money by just, as I said, playing free to play. So you should either way just definitely check that out. And on top of that, I also have a tournament that you should check out if you want to. And yeah, I have talked way too much now. Let's jump into the draft. But first of all, what will be my chip strategy? Because I have gone a little bit different. Many have saved their chips until after the group stages, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals and finals, or final I mean. But I have decided to use Limitless in game week 2. And the reason is because there are many tough fixtures. And me personally want a lot of players that have good fixtures in game week 1 and game week 3. And of course, many of those have hard fixtures in game week 2. And therefore, I take Limitless then, which is a free hit just that I have infinitive budget. I can do whatever I want in game week 2. And I think that is the best strategy that I will be going for. And also I will be playing my wildcard in game week 5 or 6, most likely. And that depends on my position overall, and also the potential hits I need to take to actually make my substitutions. Let's say, for example, through the semifinals to the final, or through the quarterfinal to the semifinal. And now let's look at the confirmed draft. My first draft ever on this game. But I like it so much that it may just stick with me for the entire of the preseason of the Euros. But you never know, I may do some changes, but I'm so excited to see these guys in action. And starting off in the goalkeeper position, we have Strakosha from Albania. He should be nailed on. He plays against Italy, but you never know, he could do extremely well, and he is a 4 million goalkeeper, so I'll definitely have him in the first game week. And also we have Kakir, the goalkeeper from Turkey. I also think that he will be nailed for Turkey. There are some competition with Günok, but I've heard with some Turkish fans, and I think Kakir should be the chosen one, but that is a little bit of a risk. We will see closer to the deadline. But he's also playing against Georgia, which is a very favorable fixture, which hopefully Turkey can get a clean sheet from, because he's like my main goalkeeper this game week. And then I hope Strakosha may save a penalty, may do something, and maybe get a 10-pointer, you never know. So yeah, I'm very happy with these two goalkeepers. Only 9.5 million altogether, which I think is very cheap, considering the rest of the team. Starting off, in the defense we have Theo Hernandez, which I think is a little bit of a no-brainer, although the fixture against Austria is very tough. He has another tough fixture in game week 2, and therefore I think it's very good to have him in his last fixture, which I think he will do very well in. And we know Theo Hernandez, he's on set pieces for France. He is so offensive, and if he gets an assist or a goal, happy days. Let's move on to a hidden gem that isn't hidden anymore, because there are so many people talking about him. Maximilian Mittelstadt, unfortunately. I love Stuttgart. I've watched so much of them this season. On Sorare, I have a Stuttgart collection. And if you don't know what Sorare is, it's a fancy game. I love it. I play it almost every single day. And he has been so good for me. I think I'm very confident that he will start for Germany. In the international break, he scored and was very good in the other match. So that will be very interesting to look at. Only 4 million, so he will be one of the most nailed players in my team. Diogo Dalot will be another one. He has been so good for Manchester United. I'm a Manchester United fan. I've watched a lot of Manchester United. He is so good, and like this is the perfect timing for him to come into this after that FA Cup victory over Manchester City. He will be dangerous this Euro. And moving on, we have Wout Faes, 4 million for him. I think that is a bargain. He is nailed for Belgium. And he has been very, very good for Leicester this season in the Championship. I've also watched him a lot. So this one is a very, very bankers for me. I think also when it comes to Belgium, Slovakia in the first game week, they have some very good fixtures. So he is one of the more nailed one in this team. Moving on, we have Ta in defense. Scotland, it is a tough fixture, but Germany is at home. And I think him combined with Mittelstadt, we have two Germany defenders. I think that is where I want to put my eggs. I think it could be a very, very close match. And therefore, I think it could be a 1-0 win to Germany or a 0-0 result. So therefore, I think these two are very, very nailed on for me at the moment at least. And now let's move on to the midfield, and this midfield brings me so much excitement all over the field. Starting off with De Bruyne, actually the player that I'm most likely going to be dropping, just because he had such a bad game at Wembley against Manchester United. And also because he doesn't tend to do the best when he plays at Belgium. But I think still he is such a good player that in some games he can just get 3 assists and score 2 goals from 30 yards out. He is so good. So he's there. And also Phil Foden, it hurts me to say his name. Or it doesn't hurt that much after Manchester United winning at Wembley. But still, Phil Foden is a player. He's such a good player. I need to put my hands up. He's such a good player. He will be in my team most likely because he is one of the most nailed players from England. I think England will do very, very well offensively, not defensively, so therefore I've gone for Phil Foden. And besides him, I have Florian Wirtz. I have just a feeling that he will get a goal or 2 against Scotland, and he is such a cheap player for his capability and the chance of him actually starting all of the 3 group stage matches. So he will just be there and hopefully starts every single one. And the next one is going to be Bruno Fernandes, one of the most nailed players. And as I said with Diogo Dalot, they will have so much confidence going into this tournament, and also playing for Portugal, one of the best teams in Europe, in my opinion, one of the favorites. Also, in my opinion, I don't know, I haven't looked at the odds and etc., but I think Portugal have a very, very favorable group. And I think these two could just do very, very well, and I'm so excited to watch them play. And then we have Çalhanoğlu, which is a player that I really, really like watching. And I think he will just have a fantastic Euro this season. I think he's a very, very hidden gem. I think it's like 4% having him. So this is like my differential with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. And also in the forward spots I have also some differentials which I really, really like. And he's a player that could score 1 or 2 or even 3 goals because he's on set pieces, he's on penalties. He does the most for Turkey. And the first fixture against Georgia is so good. And keep in mind, of course, in the second game week, they will be playing against Portugal, which is a tough fixture. But keep in mind, I am going to be taking Limitless. So for me, having Çalhanoğlu in the first game week is a no-brainer for me. Let's move on to the forwards, where we can start off with Harry Kane. Like, he's the most nailed one. A little bit boring, but we need to go for him. I don't have Kylian Mbappe because I don't think Kylian Mbappe will have that good of a Euro, although he always turns up on the big occasions. But I will definitely have him after the group stage. I don't think he will do too well at the group stage. And having Austria at the first game isn't the easy feature. Austria is a very good team under Ralf Rangnick. So he is a player that I'm not decided to go with. Therefore, I went for Harry Kane, which I think will do very well against a team like Serbia. And moving on to my captain choice, it's going to be none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. It had to be like one of my favorite, like my favorite players of all time, or one of my favorite players of all time. Yeah, it will be just watching him play will be so incredible. He is like now 38 or 39 years old, and hopefully not his last championship, or it will be his last Euro for sure. So it will be very, very exciting to watch him at Portugal. And like, I think I will have him either way. If he isn't predicted to play, I want Ronaldo in my fantasy team, and I will captain him 100%. And one very good thing is that you can have 2 different captain choices, so you can switch between one, but Ronaldo will for sure be one of them. And the last player had to be Sokol Sikaleshi, the forward from Albania. He has a tough fixture against Italy, but he's on penalties for Albania. Some Albanian fans have actually been saying to me that he isn't the first choice striker anymore. But I have seen that Usuni has been a lot injured, Broja haven't been in the best run of form, and Sokol Sikaleshi always turns up for Albania. I think he's such a good player. He's so fun to watch. Talking about one of my favorite players, he is one of my favorite players. I have had him for so long on Sorare, and he has yielded me so much there, so I'm very grateful for him. And therefore, for the sentimentality of things, I needed just to go for him. And if you haven't heard about Sawyer, and if you haven't watched my content before, this will most likely make no sense for you. This is just a pick that I want to go for. He will be a huge differential, and let's say Albana gets a penalty, let's say Sukul Sikaleshi shoots from 30 yards, we could get a 12-pointer from him, or more than that. So that is what I'm going for. Go big or go home. This team will be a team that either does very bad or very good. And yeah, that will be my draft. Please leave the comments, should I make more videos like this, because I normally make Sawyer videos and some football related videos. But for now, my name is Salle, and I'll catch you next one. Bye bye and take care. Peace.